Maggie?
Just let me come in and don't tell me how horrible I look, okay?
You know, you were the last person I expected to see up this early.
Yeah, well, I couldn't sleep. See, some wise guy put my bed on lazy Susan last night, so every time I shut my eyes, the room kept spinning.
Oh, yeah, we used to call that martini motion.
Don't use the M word. I'm not a well woman.
Then why are you here?
Because I am more embarrassed than I am sick. It was our first date last night, and I ruined it with my party girl from hell routine. Forgive me.
I think I can do you one better than that.
Asa, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it.
You must want something real bad. You're almost acting human.
Well, you must want something too. You're here.
I'll admit your phone call last night did get my attention. What is on your mind?
Well, I want us to team up. I mean, we worked pretty well together the last time, don't you think?
Last night you were bending my ear about helping me settle an old score. I've got so many old scores to settle, I don't know where to begin. Which one would you like to sink your teeth into?
The one with my soon-to-be ex-wife, Blair.
My husband, Todd Manning, is not to go anywhere near my daughter at any time, under any circumstance. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You get that?
Can I help you?
Yes? Is Mrs. Manning home, please?
It's all right. Hello, Vicky. You can go up to Star's room, but don't wake her.
Is Star all right?
She's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, I apologize for just dropping by like this, but I knew Dorian was out of town. And Todd won't take my calls.
Is there a problem?
Well, not with me. With you. I wanted to know how you were after yesterday.
Well, they said I had a cracked rib. It's a little painful, but I'll be all right. I'm fine.
Are you?
Yes.
Well, what's with the burly extra help? What are you so worried about?
I know. I said I would leave you be for a while. So we hung up last night, but I had to see you. Because after our conversation, all I thought about was you. And us. That's all I thought about till dawn.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep either.
Quite a pair, aren't we? Margaret, we can't pretend that Blair isn't pregnant with my child. But I hope that we can work through it together. And can I come in?
Yeah, fine. I don't think you're going to like what I have to say.
Not only do I forgive you, but I now offer you this most precious fruit. Cure for a hangover. It contains tomato juice,
raw egg, and Worcestershire sauce. No.
and some black pepper. You've had this.
I used to have a 55-gallon drum of that stuff on tap in my kitchen back in the old days, but I've moved on to club soda and milk with a little pulverized parsley and lime juice. It's the same deal but green. No, thank you.
Gee, that sounds so new age. But you know what? I've always found that the old-fashioned ways are much more tried and true. So here, I think you just need to take a little sip of this.
No.
It will keep your room from quaking,
No,
your head
Max.
from shaking. It'll keep your ears from ringing.
It's okay.
I thought that might talk, you know. Don't get it on my sofa. Bad? Better?
Yeah.
Told you. I knew it would work. Now, why don't you tell me why you started throwing back martinis like they were club soda last night?
I already did.
Oh, yeah. You went on about how your father had visited you and hit you with the same old stuff, told you were absolute trash because
You got it.
left the order, backed out on your commitment, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. You know what, Maggie, this is the same thing he's done to you every time he's seen you. Why does this send you into hyper-martiniosis this time? Are you going to tell me?
I don't feel that good. Besides, you won't respect me.
Me? Me? The guy that was stuck pouring you into bed after you were so bombed you couldn't stand up on our first date? Maggie, if I was going to lose respect for you, don't you think that would have done the trick?
All right, you got a good point. The reason that I was doing what I was doing was because I was scared.
About what?
My father did his routine thing, all right? But not about just dropping out of the order. I mean, he did the normal thing about me being disappointed in me, and then he said...
What?
He said that he didn't know what in the world would make me happy, and neither did I. And that's when I felt really scared.
Why?
Because he's right.
Oh, bull!
Max, look at my life, all right? Ever since I was a kid, I've always thrown myself into things, really committed one day, and then totally dropping out the next.
Maggie, just because you are searching for answers, it doesn't make you a chronic
What
quitter.
does that make me? Look, I have no plan. I live my life in a totally hit-and-run way. I mean, I can't honestly say that I'll ever be able to commit to anything. And that's what scares me most of all, because I don't know that I'll ever be able to stick with anything or anybody. And I'm just going to end up old and alone with a life that's used up, never really lived. I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but you know what? That's me. That's the real me.
Okay. Well, I consider myself fairly warned.
So I guess I shouldn't hold my breath waiting for a second date.
You're looking at me to give you some dirt on Blair?
I'm taking Blair to court to get custody of my daughter.
Ooh, looks like old Blair really crossed the line this time, especially you looking to get sole custody of your own kid. I told you that woman was a bloodsucker. What'd she do to you?
Enough.
I am not the kind of man who would take a child from its mother. Ordinarily.
But you would be willing to make an exception in this case?
Only if the exception had blonde hair, a black heart, and goes by the name of Blair.
Well, then you can help me. At least your past can help me get custody. When you and Blair were married, she tricked you into thinking she was pregnant. Is that right?
Yes, she lied through her pearly whites about it. But even knowing that, it's not going to help you get your daughter back.
Well, it proves that she's a scheming witch. And then when you found out...
That little tramp got me so riled up. Believe it or not, so stressed out. I collapsed on the floor with chest pains. I begged that she-wolf to give my pills. And you know what she did, Todd? She looked down at me and laughed, walked out of the room. Left me for dead.
Well, then it sounds like Blair is a potential murderer.
I kind of think we could say that, Todd.
Yeah, but would you say that, Asa? I mean, in court, would you swear to it?
Todd wants custody of Star. And since he was willing to kidnap her already, I think the security guards are a very good idea. In fact, Dorian hired them around the clock.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I really thought I'd convinced him to drop the custody suit.
You honestly thought Todd was going to change?
Well, I thought he was going to make an effort to try and get some counseling, and then I thought if you saw that he was making an effort, you would at least be willing to listen.
Well, we're way past that now, Vicky. See, I'm filing for divorce, and I'm going to sue him for custody of Star, and I'm sure Todd is going to fight me every step of the way. Now, that is where our relationship is now.
This is terrible. Do you have any idea what a custody battle is going to do to your daughter?
Look, I am not going to let Todd take my daughter away from me.
You had your accident. Todd was very concerned about you. He went to the hospital to see how you were. What in God's name happened?